Hi, today I'm going to show you how to make one of these cute little sock monsters out of just one sock. Alright, these little guys were all made out of just one sock, and actually this one and this one are made out of a pair of socks, and you can see how different they look. If you turn one inside out, it gives it this hairier kind of look from all the strings. And this one has the heel as a butt, so he's got a little bottom, and this one has the heel as a face, so he's got more like a rabbity head. And this one is made out of a shorter sock with the heel as a little bottom. So for this monster I'm going to use this Valentine's Day sock. And it's got all this writing and sparkles and stuff on it, so when I turn it inside out, I think it'll look pretty cool. So to start out, I'm going to lay it flat with the heel right here. So here's the heel, we just kind of flatten it out. So there it is. And this is going to be his head. I'm going to make the heel his bottom. So this is the head up here, so from the top we're also going to cut to shape how we want its head. Now since it's so long, we can cut the legs and the arms off of this part of him. So we could say, if this is his bottom, then these are his legs, and make his arms about this long. So it goes like this. These are the arms. We're just going to cut across and then split it up the middle. Like that. So they're going to go right there. And this is his legs. If this is his bottom, then the legs should come up to there. So just to split that up like this. And there's his legs. Now, the top we can leave it round like this, or we can put a little split in it so it'll have like ears. So let's go ahead and cut some ears in. About like that. So I'm going to go ahead and turn him inside out and get started on the sewing. So just remember when you're sewing to flip the side you want to the inside and sew it. Okay, I've sewn up the sock monster. I sewed down, over, and up on the top of the head, and I sewed across the bottom of the foot, up, leaving a space to stuff him, down and over to seal off his legs, and the arms across the bottom of the arm and up the sleeve so that the armpits are open. Now you can see when we flip this sleeve back to the way it's going to look on the animal. It's got that nice stripe on the hand, and I think that's really cute. Alright, so let's see what's next. So next is what I think is actually the hardest part, and the hardest part is sewing on the arms, only because it's a little tricky. The only tricky part is this. While your monster's inside out, so the good side's on the inside, you have to make your arms right side out, so they look like you want them to look when they're finished. And then we're going to cut a little hole in the side where we want the arms to go. So I'm going to kind of look at him a little bit. This is going to be his front. There's his ears, so you think, here's his head, maybe here. And this is the body. So we're going to put his arms here, kind of where this design lines up. That looks good to me. Okay. So I'm going to cut a little hole in each side to sew the arms. And because these are socks, they're very forgiving. They hide stitches really nice. So I'm just going to cut a little slit into each side where I want the arms, and I'm going to look to see if they're about the same size. Yeah, that looks about right. Okay. So take the arm that's turned right side out and stuff it in here. And you're going to line up these edges. Line up his arm. Try to put the bottom of the seam to the bottom of like the armpit, like this. That might seem kind of tricky, but I don't know if you can really see what I've done. But I just stuffed the arm in with the arm right side out into the body inside out and lined up the hole. And I'm just going to whip stitch it together with a needle and thread. Now when I sew up this arm, I just kind of stick my fingers in the arm, into the body, and just, you can't really see it very good, but just kind of stretch it open and sew these edges. It doesn't have to be spectacular, just make it kind of even. Just go around that real quick. And I think that's about it. Okay, so now I'm going to put the other arm in, and I'm going to put the seam side on the down part of the body and just stuff that arm in there. And then I'm just going to stick my fingers into the arm and bring the armhole up where it kind of lines up, like so. And then I'm just gonna stitch this one on real quick. Alright, so I just sewed his arms on, and we've sewed up the head and the legs. So here's the first time you get to see what he's kind of gonna look like. Through the hole you left in the gap in his legs, I'm gonna go ahead and turn him right side out. Let's see what he looks like. There's the arms. This is going to be his head. Let's see here. He's got long legs. There's one leg. And the other. Oof. Okay. Get these ears out. Okay, there's one. Get this one all the way. There it is. So now this is the first time we get to see kind of what he's going to look like. It looks pretty good. So here's his little body. The arms look good. Everything's right side, right side. Bottom's on the back. Looks good. Now this one I'm using a polyfill to stuff in, and I'm using this polyfill came out of this bear I bought at the Goodwill. He was a good brand, all new materials, stuffed with all new materials, and he was $1, and I have made all my socks stuffed from just the things out of this one bear, and when I'm done using him for stuffing, I have all this nice fur and eyes and other things for other projects. So just a little tip there. You can also get cheap stuffing at the dollar store. Those dollar stuffed animals, and they have perfectly good stuffing in them. Okay, here I've got them all stuffed up. And Just kind of work the stuffing around, like give him the shape you want. I like mine to have a little belly and have a little butt. Get his legs shaped out good. And then he's got this hole here. And I'm just going to whip stitch up the hole here where we stuffed him. And I'll put that string inside there. Alright, so I'm just going to whip this together. Whoops, sorry, I keep getting off camera. I think that's about it. There, that ought to do it. Okay, he's all done. We got him all sewed up. Just give him a little shape and give him some eyes, give him a mouth, some clothes, a collar, whatever. Look around online and see what other people did too. There's some really cute ones out there. Some of them have one tooth or one eye. Some have big bellies, Google eyes, no eyes, whatever makes you happy. And there it is. Well, if you have any questions or need any help, send me an email, and I hope you have fun making your own sock monsters.